Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Monday, September 16th, 2013. On tap for market affecting announcements today is the Empire State Manufacturing Survey and Industrial Production, and I believe that's it. Yeah, that's it for the day. So that one was pretty easy. Should be a fun-filled week. There's a lot of red and gold stars for the rest of the week except for Friday. Friday is quadruple witching Friday, which, let's see, that's stock options, bonds, futures. What's the fourth one? Can't think of it offhand. A little bit too early for that maybe. But anyway, a lot of times this ends up with some interesting price action and a lot of things pegging to like strike prices on the stock option market for some reason. I guess people like to mess with people with in the money or out of the money options, I guess. So if it's going to be close to a strike price, for some reason the price of the underlying tends to move to it. Pinned, they call it a lot of times. Let's take a look at foreign markets. Asia, almost across the board up, except here for a couple of indexes, one being India, that's kind of waffling between green and red here. And in Europe, at lunchtime, across the board, looking very bullish. And you can see this headline over here. Summers has said that he's not interested in a job and doesn't want to, go through a long, drawn-out confirmation process, so he has dropped out of the race. Looking at some other interesting news items here, though. I thought that this was interesting. This one here, the Porsche 918. It's only $845,000, and they call it a production car. That means that, they have a production line, I guess you might say, turning these cars out for darn close to $1 million. Wow. That's all I got to say. It's just wow. All right. Enough wowing. Oh, there's a little bit of wow here that we're going to talk about too. Futures here in the United States, well, things are definitely looking up. Very, very bullish today. Bullish for gold, although it's got a lot to make up. We're down about $100 from where we were just a couple of, like maybe 7 or 8 days ago. And oil is down to 106.82. And that's always a good sign. Gasoline prices are pretty far down as well. So another trip back to Wisconsin in October for a baptism. So let's see what gas prices do then, because they know I'm going to be going out on the road. Okay, one thing I wanted to do here was take a look at last week's expiration for the weeklies. So we'll go to the account statement tab here, and I picked dates to view here, starting with 9/6. That just happened to be the first day that I got into the September 2 expiration. And then if I blank this out, we get to see everything. So first, we'll go from the bottom towards the top, because I got the dates in order, descending. First up is Chipotle. That was a 100% good trade. Expired totally out of the money. So we kept the 53 cents there. I don't know what this is left over from before. So that's a September 1 expiration. September 2 for the Spiders and for SPX were all 100% winners. Tesla, which I got into. This was sort of an overnight, although it was two overnights on this one, for $1.23, and I got out for 63 cents. So that was a 60-cent winner. All these, of course, not including transaction costs. And then I thought this was an overnight, that somehow or another I ended up with the wrong option chain open. I ended up with October 13th, and I was hoping to stay above the 475 level, and it didn't do it. This was on Thursday, and on Friday I got out, and that is, or was, a 35-cent loss on that one. So overall, looked pretty good. All right, let's go back to all accounts. The only thing that we really have open right now is this covered call on GLD. So without any further ado, we can just jump. I'll clean up my in-play list here in a minute. Let's just jump right over to the A+ list and run through our scan for today. Oops, we need to pick something. Apple. Okay, here was my overnight play. It failed, didn't work, lost 35 cents. Okay, looking for a target down here. We're still in an uptrend, but a very, very shaky uptrend. Actually, Apple is looking kind of bearish right now. So I'm not really sure that we are going to get a hook here, but you just never know. Go over to the Analyze tab, and we're looking at 467. Looks like it's going to gap up a bit at the open, but you know, everybody's gapping up this morning, so it's not much of a surprise here. Now, if we get a hook here on Amazon, I'm going to definitely put that on my to-do list, I guess you might say. I might do this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do an early one on this. How are we looking this morning? 300, 302. So I'm going to put a alert at 302, 301. That's right between the bid ask as it's being quoted right now. So I'll just change this to 301, and this one is my first one for today. And if we move up above that, I will definitely get in with a bull put. Just quickly taking a look at our confirmations. MACD is in an uptrend on the short term. Long term is still down. And short term MACD on the weekly is up. And the stochastic is up, and I like it when they are getting close to being in sync, so this is a good thing. Baidu, I'm looking for a hook here, although I'm not. Let me see if I can get this. Here we go. It's in a pretty, the moving average is pretty strong, but I think it's just in a hurry to get up here and meet this, because it's been consolidating for quite a long time. Let me just back out of here, or back out one click here, and we can see our moving average. There, that's a little bit better. Not really seeing any real strong bullish trend here on Baidu, so I'm going to take a pass on that until it comes down here and gives me something. There's still pretty good momentum wise, and it looks like it's not going to close this gap. It may continue back up, but I'm going to make it tell me in a much stronger voice that it's going to do that. Celgene, in a little bit of a consolidation here. Pretty strong stochastics, just a pretty strong looking across the board here. Still looking for that hook though. I mean, I could chase and jump in on this, but don't want to get burnt. CF Industries, we're looking for a hook down here, so we'll wait for that one to develop. Chipotle, it was a good overnight trade last week. or no, it wasn't an overnight trade. This was just a normal expiration. I'll clean up the charts later. Looking for a hook anywhere, even on the weeklies, and just not seeing it. So no entry. Not saying it's not bullish, but there's just no entry for us to get in on it. Google looks like it might be setting up for a hook down here. Not sure which direction it's going to go though. What's it looking like early this morning? Wow, that's a wide bid ask to have already traded 300 shares. Somebody paid a lot of money for that. But it's going to gap up this morning. So do I want to jump here? I think in the interest of looking for some candidates, because we're already halfway through the list. We're up over here, up. I also will be looking at, what are we, 895. Let's do an alert at 895. So that's kind of between this bid ask here. Maybe 894. All right, an alert at 894. $8.94. Okay, so if we get that, we'll put that on our list for today. All right. Goldman. Yeah, we might get a hook today. You know, I'm supposed to wait until it hooks. But if we're going to have a really bullish week, and Goldman we have 165, 166. So if I put an alert, I want to put alert above this ask price. So at 167, I'll put an alert. $167. Oh, that's Goldman. What am I doing here? Oh, I thought I was Google. It is Goldman. Okay, 167. Is that a little unreasonable? No, I wouldn't think so. It's got to really prove it to me. In sync on stochastic like that. And we're getting some fairly decent confirmation here. So that definitely has possibilities. LinkedIn. Okay, this is coming down here really nice. I'm going to like this. And I think you will too. We're looking at 252, 254, 203 shares. That's weird. So that would be 253.50. We could set it. I'm going to go 254, 255, 255 with an alert. All right. Prove it to me, you guys. Prove it. So we're jumping in just a day early on these. I normally like to see this hook and then a move up on the bullish side. Normally like to see that, but a lot of these are just, they're in very strong uptrends, so we're going to take advantage of that and just try to anticipate them a little bit. All right, MasterCard, no real good entry here. I wouldn't do this one. I like to see the stochastic down. Doesn't mean that price is down. I just like to see stochastic come down. Got pretty decent confirmation across the board here, but let's at least try to stick to some sort of set of rules here and stay disciplined. Netflix, another one that we could anticipate this hook here, which I think we're going to do. Let's take a look. We're looking at 306 to 312, so I think midway between there, which would be 309. Let's stick an alert at 309. Okay. Alright, price line. It's coming down here very nicely as well. We have confirmation here. No confirmation there. No confirmation across the board. 960 looks like it's going to want to open up, but I'm going to take a pass on it. Wait one more day for Priceline. And Tesla and 168, 169 already, 1,500 shares. Didn't quite come down here and hit our target, but we did get our weaker target here at 45. So that was kind of a sweet deal here, actually. So this is looking good. Let's do 168, 169. Let's do 169 even. See if it opens. I want it to go above this. So let's go 169.50, let's say. Oh, that's close enough. I'll take that one. That's good. And last but not least is Visa. And like MasterCard, a little bit too rich right here on the stochastic side. So we are passing on that. And then this week we're trading SPXPM for the SPY weekly. And I'm looking right now at this 165 or 1665 bull put. 1665 is right here at a 22 delta. Things might look a little bit different when we open. May have to go to 1670, and that would probably be okay. 1670 being down here, which is below the low for last week, so I think that that's probably going to be pretty good, even if we have to go to 1670. Now, the prices aren't going to be like this, but we'll do two of them, just in the interest of doing, putting, about $1,000 out there as risk, and making 10% off of it, roughly, or so. So that would be okay, and that's only for 5 days this week. Now, the reason why we're using SPXPM is this is normal monthly expiration this Friday. And SPXPM closes the option actually closes on Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock, like all the rest of these do. Whereas normally SPX on expiration week, actually the options are not traded on Friday. They're stopped trading at 4 p.m. on Thursday. But the bad thing about it is your option strike, whether it's in the money or out of the money, is determined on the opening price on Friday morning. So they call it the first print on Friday morning. So let's say you're at you're at 1700, your short's at 1700, and Thursday night it closes at you're just out of the money by a tad. And then Friday morning it gaps, and then all of a sudden you're in the money, and there's not a dang thing you can do about it. So that's why on expiration week they created this SPX PM, so that it would have a normal Friday expiration on the option, and you can still trade it on Friday. So that's why we go with that for this week. And The open interest is not too bad, and the prices are exactly match the SPX. So it's not a derivative or anything of it. It actually matches it. So keep that in mind when you are trading cash indexes. Always check them out to make sure that how they handle expiration on the option. Make sure you check that out. All right, that's it for today, for Monday. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.